Hello, expert investors. I was just sitting here at my desk and getting ready to host our masterclass, Bitcoin one-on-one basics. We have some special guests coming on, but I'm not talking to you about that today. Today we're going to talk about 3 ways to win multiple offer presentations, situations, anywhere where you're entering multiple offers. I want to tell you the 3 ways we use to win. And I was staring out the window and watching the rain and reflecting, because we've won about 4 out of 6 multiple offer presentations in the last couple weeks, and I wanted to share with you what exactly we are doing to get deals done. Okay, so number 1, bully offer. A bully offer. So just because you put a bully offer doesn't mean you're mean or not polite like a bully in school. It means that you want the property and you're aggressive. What is a bully offer? A bully offer is this. Today is, what's the date today? February 27th. Let's say we're looking at a property and the offer date is March 1st or March 2nd, okay? And the listing agent or the MLS, whoever is representing the seller, says, we are looking at offers, we will present offers to the seller on March 1st. Okay? A bully offer is an offer a buyer submits before the offer date. You're trying to, in a sense, bully the seller into accepting your offer before the offer date. Okay? It's also called a preemptive offer. That's the nice way of saying it. But really, it's a bully offer. Okay? So how do you do that? You can't just send them an offer and expect them to accept it. So what you do is this: you call the listing agent or your realtor, your representative, someone who knows how to handle investment properties, calls listing agent and says, hey, Mr. Listing Agent, I got a buyer here. They're very interested in the property. Will you look at an offer before your presentation date? And notice I don't say bully offer. Will you look at an offer before the presentation date? And they might say yes, they might say no. And if they say no, I ask why. And usually that stuns them. And they'll say, well, they signed Form 244, so they don't want to look at offers. And I'll say, okay, why not? Well, that's what they choose to do. And I say, okay, no problem. Done. Okay? And when I hear that, it tells me the listing agent is not in control. And they're not, no matter how much coaching or salesmanship or rapport I build with them, they're not going to be on our side. So forget it. I just let it go. If they say yes, they'll look at an offer beforehand. I say, great. That's good for your seller because I think you're going to get the best price with my buyer right now. And they'll say, oh, well, that's great. And I say, okay, yeah, that is great. I say, what's their expectation in price? And he'll say, well, I can't tell you what price they'll take. And I say, of course you can't tell me, but you can give me some kind of indication. I mean, if I'm going to come in with a bully offer and you're going to look at it, I want to make it the best bully offer I can make it. What is your expectation in price? And for example, if they were asking 500 or 600,000, and he says, well, we're expecting to get, we're listed at 600, but we're expecting to get 650. At least I know. I'm not saying now I can go back to my investor that I'm working with and say, listen, Mr. Investor, they're looking for 650. Does this deal still make sense at 650? Okay, I'm not going back to the investor and saying, hey, you want this property? You got to pay 650. No. I'm saying this is the expectation. Okay, now let's analyze it and see if this deal still makes sense. And if it makes sense, bully offer, let's do it. Okay, bully offer, let's do it. If you want to know more about bully offers, book a call with me. I'll put my 15-minute discovery call link in here. We can talk more. Number 2, conditions. Standard conditions in an offer are condition of finance, so a financing condition. I need 3 business days, 5 business days, 7 business days typically to receive confirmation from the bank or lender that I have financing. Standard condition. If I don't get it, I'm allowed to back out of the deal. Second one, inspection. Condition of inspection. I want 3, 5, 7 business days, 1 business day, whatever, to do an inspection. And if I don't like the property, I can back out of the deal. Now, in a multiple offer presentation, Do you think having those kind of conditions are going to help you, or are they going to hurt you? The answer is obvious. They're not going to help you. You can't go into multiple offer presentations with conditions. Now, of course, I'm wearing I don't have a hat here, but I'm wearing the cheesy salesman hat right now. Yeah, remove all your conditions and go firm. Yeah, okay, I'm going to get paid a commission. I'm going to get paid a commission anyway. Because I've never in 11 years have not found a property for a client or investor that I'm working with. Never. Even if it takes a year. We've always done it. I'm going to get paid no matter what. It's more about you. I'm not worried about me. If this is the property for you, if you see the profits here, if this is the property that's going to get you closer to your goal, remember, it's not about which property is better. It's about which property is going to get you closer to that cash flow goal, closer to that big red Ferrari you're going to buy, closer to that dream vacation, closer to that cottage, closer to that retirement goal, whatever it is. If that's the property, what are you willing to do to get it? And there's fear involved. Oh, if I waive my financing, I don't get it, what am I going to do? Well, this is why we prepare. Okay? So before you go into an offer presentation and remove your conditions, weeks before this, I'm already having a conversation with you saying, hey, Mr. Investor, let's talk frankly for a second here. The market is crazy. Okay? It's been like that for a few months. It should continue for the next little while. There's still good deals out there. If we want to be competitive and we want to win some deals, you have to be able to remove conditions. Oh, Paul, you're crazy. Yes, I'm crazy, Mr. Investor. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to talk to your mortgage broker and we're going to strategize a way that's safe and secure for you to remove your condition while still leaving confidence for the mortgage broker or the bank to get you financing. Oh, how are we going to do that? I know how to do it. We're going to talk to them. We're going to get your pre-approval amount. What we can do sometimes is submit a mock deal, a fake deal. Okay? Crazy, I know maybe I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, and see if it gets approved. And if it does, now we know the upper limits. So listen, I'm not going to get into all the details that how we do in the background, but we can get to a point where there is lots of confidence in your price point. Okay? And if the mortgage broker or bank is already confident, then we're good. Okay? So there are solutions. I can't explain to you all right now in a 10-minute video, but there are solutions. Number two, well, if we can get financing, I still want to inspect the property. Of course you should inspect the property. The question is, when will you inspect the property? Okay? Usually we inspect the property after the offer is accepted. But in a multiple offer situation, why don't we go in before the offer and do an inspection? This way we know what we're getting into and we can manipulate our offer to cover any expenses. It's called a pre-inspection. Pre-inspection versus post-inspection. Okay? So we can go in ahead of time, inspect, see what's going on, and deal with it. But sometimes you don't need an inspection. Salesman hat, right? I know I'm wearing a salesman hat, I get it. Lots of times you don't need an inspection, okay? Especially if the property's been newly renovated, if it's brand new, if we know it's a total piece of junk and you're gonna do a bunch of renovations anyway, we need to go in ahead of time in that case with a contractor. We don't need a home inspection, okay? Now, the question you have to ask yourself is, what's the worst case scenario? Even if this house is renovated and you feel like you want to do an inspection, which in most circumstances, if the market allows for this, I would encourage you to do anyway. But what's the worst case scenario? The furnace blows up, the air conditioner blows up. So if we go see the house the first time and we look at the furnace and we say, well, we take off the panel, which you're not supposed to do, but we do it anyway. We take off the panel and we say, oh, installed 2012. So the furnace is 9 years old. 2 white pipes, that means it's serviced to the new code. Is this thing working? Yeah. We go see the air conditioner, installed 2012. Is it working? Yes. So what if one of them blows up? Okay, it costs you $2,500 to $3,000. That's your worst case scenario. Now, what about best case scenario? What if it doesn't blow up? Then you're fine. Okay? So what we want to do, the point I'm trying to make is, If we're gonna go in firm, we need to measure out the worst case scenario and then see how much it scares you, or see if you have the budget to deal with it. But most of the time, 90% of the time, we're not even getting close to dealing with worst case scenarios. We have to assess our risk, and that's when we can remove our inspection clause, okay? So this is getting longer than I want it to be, but it's a big topic. Number 3, how we win multiple offers. This one's gonna sound insane. Do not compete. Do not compete at all. Okay, Paul, so how are you gonna win a multiple offer situation if you don't compete? Well, there are other ways to buy properties without competing in multiple offer situations. If you're already working with me, or you know about my network and what I do, you'll know that I have access to multiple properties at any given time. Sometimes lots, sometimes not so much, but it's a challenging thing to do. I have access to properties that are not on MLS. Simple as that. So if we have the choice to go to MLS and compete and multiple offers and higher bids and no conditions, or go off market to some of the opportunities I have there and not compete at all, what would you take? If the deal makes sense off market, why would you want to go and compete? And typically in those scenarios, there is no competition. I have the opportunity, which means I have a relationship with the seller. I also have a relationship with you, the buyer. I show you the opportunity, you say, I like this thing, and we put a deal together. There's nobody else. And even if someone says, hey, Paul, I like this property, I'm obligated to say, hey, I'm already working on an offer with Mr. Investor or Mrs. Investor here. You'll have to wait till we're done. And you get the opportunity to complete the deal, do your due diligence, or back out. And if you don't want it, no problem. Like I said, it's not a big deal. I'm gonna get paid no matter what. I'm just gonna take that opportunity and show it to somebody else. Okay? So there are ways to get around this thing. Don't let the market, and especially the newspaper and other people, scare you. Other people don't know what they're doing. We do. I know that's a bold statement, but I can prove it to you if you let me. So I'll put a 15-minute discovery call link in this email, or in this video in the comments. If you want to book a call with me, I suggest you do. I'm here to open your eyes and show you that there's a better way. Okay, we're still getting lots of deals done. People are making money hand over fist. It's now your turn. Talk soon.